Hi, team. This is George. I want to thank everybody for the hard work and dedication that it takes to just dive as deep into these topics as you've been diving. So I really do appreciate it. And we're in week 6. Can you believe it? I cannot believe we're in week 6. This has been a fantastic time. So I hope you're getting some a solid foundation and getting some tools and things that you can actually use from this day to day at work, whatever that may be. So let's go ahead and take a look at our discussion, overcoming fears. This is one of my favorite topics, so excuse me if I sound a little overly excited. Um, Courage is something that I think we all need at times. Courage is something that we have all displayed at times. And what I find interesting is courage is not the absence of fear. To be courageous is to move forward while fear exists, while fear permeates or ruminates within that area of existence that we're at. So if we're not don't have a certain sense of fear, it doesn't take courage to move forward. So if you are feeling fear, think of it as an opportunity to show courage, be courageous. It may be your son or daughter, niece, nephew, parents, anybody. You may need to show that, display that. Might just be a friend that needs to see that at the time. So if you are in a situation where there is fear, just think that's a time where you get to show true courage. So feel free to do that at any, because that's how we move forward and people learn from us. And when we show them our courage and our faith and trust in God, that's how others can kind of see that. So, because I don't know about you, but I've never helped anybody move towards accepting Christ by um, things not being difficult, by not going through some kind of rough estimate. You may have been blessed enough to do that, but I haven't. So, courage and fear go hand in hand. So there is no courage without fear. So embrace that fear, embrace it, embrace it, embrace it, and own it, and move forward. That's the George Hanshaw version of it. So enough of that. Fear and anxiety can be overpowering at times. We know that, and especially in these times where people talk about depression and anxiety, those are very, very real, and sometimes people are very good at hiding them. So we want to be very cognizant and of that because we never know where they're going to kind of display. So we have this. I wanted to go through, if you don't mind, week unit 5 real quick for your response. What I like about your discussion responses is you're not just staying on the top cursory level of this stuff. You're digging in further. I really appreciate how many people, I mean, just in the last 24 hours, I think this is 99.999% of us. So I think this is all of us right here who have been in this class and putting forward a great effort. Because remember, the only thing that we're going to get out of this is what we put into it. So this could be the greatest thing around, but if we're not putting our effort into it, we're not getting anything out of it. But looking at all the participation, everything, I know that we're putting in that effort. So it is my hope that you're getting something out of it. But just for this, I mean, fantastic discussions. Look, just for our first discussion here, we'll just take Irene. Irene, sorry to use you as the example, but your discussion here, boom, there's all this discussion happening from that. Just that one, and then Kenya responds to Irene, and Grace responds to Irene, and look how far it's getting. And we get into Janine and Nancy, you're there. Uh, Janine responds right back. Nancy, your post. So look at the responses that we're getting. We need to drive deep, drive deep, drive deep, because that's how we're learning and gaining from this. And what I appreciate is they're not just, oh, that's nice kind of responses. They're deep responses that are, and you're being open. So I appreciate you having the courage to do that, because that does take courage. So let's jump back into this week's class. I hope nobody got dizzy from all that scrolling. Unit 6, I still can't believe that they're there. I love this saying that we have the difficulty we have in accepting responsibility if our behavior lies in the desire to avoid the pain of the consequences of that behavior. So if you're in a bad situation, no matter what it is, own it. If you did it, own it. And when you do that, there's great relief that comes from that, and that's a part of overcoming our fears that we're talking about. Because one of the fears is uh, as Christians, we like to shine a light on things. And when we shine a light on things, fear and things like that evaporate, it leaves. So if we don't own it, it stays in the dark, and that fear grows, and it's a great place for it to grow. So let's shine a light on it, own it, and stand up for whatever it was, and we'll be done with it. So this week we have our discussion. Behavior modification process personal review is due next week. And then week 8, I can't believe week 8 is just a couple weeks away. The final report is due. So if you have any questions about anything this week, we're going to do a Wednesday lunchtime session again. And more importantly, what I want to try to do this week is if you want to just get together 15 minutes via high five and discuss the project or anything else, send me an email or a text and say, hey, let's get together. If you want to get together right at that moment, just send me a text. Say, hey, George, you have a minute to jump on the high five and discuss, the project. And if I do, I'll text you right back and say, yep, let's go. Here's a link. And we'll jump right on the high five and have a conversation about it. And then that way, there's no waiting and wondering. It's just done. So just try something new. It may be helpful, may not be helpful. So if you feel the need to use that, please do. My phone number and everything is in the instructor. What do we call that here? Up here in the, just download that quick PDF in the faculty bio. So thanks for the amazing effort you're putting forward, and I look forward to seeing you on the discussions boards this week. And if anybody wants to have a conversation about the project or anything about this class, feel free to contact me. And let's have another amazing week.